Bienvenido a todos. Welcome everybody to our first Blue Cup of June on iOS. Hope you guys did enjoy our little foray onto the PC platform earlier today, but now it's all about our new visit with new faces and old. Let's take a look and see who we've got in store for us today. So, 12 teams playing. Montrax can get by through the first round. Oh my god, and Mandingo will get the first round. Mandingo from Peru. Oh my god, an international squad. We've got the Insane from Mexico against Yat from Japan. The winner of that will go and face Domination. The family from the US will be going by through. 100 and Ceylon, the winner of which will go on to face those. We have Shot and Old Glory. What are these guys doing at the number 10 seed? Who will then go on to face Zen Esports. We'll try and get that quarterfinal if we can, because that's going to be pretty spectacular. Our first on-stream feature match for today will be Oh My God versus Mandingo. So let's just take a quick look through. We've got Mandingo with the from Peru, as you can see here. I don't think these guys have played. No, I think this is going to be their first tournament. So they've got themselves some pretty fierce opponents in the first round. Go up against Oh My God. And let's take a look at those guys too. Let's see. Whoops. Sorry, I keep accidentally closing things. Let me just go back to the bracket. So yes, Oh My God, let's take a look at their recent performance. Let's see, so they lost out to the Vol Clan in the recent monthly finals. And, well, yes, I guess it's the big teams that are the ones that trouble them. Let's just see if they've got that lobby back up again. Our first game should be on rooftops, but unfortunately, they had the wrong lobby set up, so, all about that. Alright, let's pop back to the bracket for the time being. So, how you guys doing? Brett Brennan, hey, how's it going? And Hero Gaming Simon, lovely to see you again. Let's see, who else we got? Rafik Dawud, I'm glad you are a fan of Modern Combat 5. Always nice to hear about Appy Punters. Kadir Mod, I'm afraid I did ask about the possibility of seeing Modern Combat 5 on Steam, and I was told unfortunately it's not very likely for various reasons. But yes, it is disappointing because Steam would be great. Unfortunately, I think, yes, from what I've been told, it's basically not going to happen, which is a real shame. But hey, that's the way it goes sometimes. Yes, Kadir, yes, you can get Modern Combat Versus on Steam. But unfortunately, I don't believe it's on the cards for... Just waiting for this next lobby to come up. Oh, there it is. Aha. Right, so we will be jumping into our first lobby of today. Whew. Yeah, I hope you guys are having a lovely evening, wherever you might happen to be right now. Let's get into the pre-game. Let's see. I don't think it's been fully established which side each team are on, so we'll leave that a little bit up in the air for the time being. I think... Okay, it looks like OMG are going to be probably over on the blue side. I don't want to get too carried away. But yes, so our first round of competition is going to be on the rooftops. This is our RO60. Making some notes myself here. Okay, yes, does look like OMG are going in on the left side. So, for any of you guys who are new to the stream, OMG, an extremely established team. Not necessarily one of the top teams in MC5 esports, but a very experienced one nonetheless. I come in as our number 9 seed in an international squad. And as I said before, Mandingo from Peru coming in as our number 8. So get a chance to tangle with the veterans OMG of the league. Let's see. So OMG led by, well, maybe that's why I said that. Captain is in fact veterans, who's going to be playing in our number 1 spot over for the OMG side of things. For Mandingo, it's the Zambo. Oh, hello. That's not what I was expecting. Who is the host? Okay. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate. Let's just see if we can get that sorted out. So Abdox, if you're asking how much money the winner will get, the top team finishing today gets €100 and also gets the most points. Towards qualifying for our monthly finals, which is the one which I mentioned recently. So we shall see how the teams do over the month of June, and then a little bit after, so in July or possibly in August, depending on how it is, we'll get back into things. Brett Brennan, why would he kick you? I don't know, honestly. They kicked me before. And now they kicked me just as it was about to start. So I don't know what's going on there. They are a new team, so possibly they don't quite have the experience to know how things work here. But Soldier Girl is our ESL admin for today, and as one of our most experienced admins, I'm sure she'll explain things to them in a fashion that will get us underway soon. I can see the OMG guys in the chat saying that, trying to persuade them not to kick me again. Oh boy. Let's just make sure everything is coming through okay. So let's see. Okay, yep, all looks fine. So we've got, yes, I think Mob Crush is still having some problems, but it looks like Facebook and YouTube are all groovy to go, as well as Twitch. So we've got all of our players. And let's get things underway in just a second. Kadir, you're so excited that Nightbot gave you a slap. Nightbot is definitely not a fan of all caps statements, but I can appreciate your enthusiasm, even if Nightbot cannot. Alright. Let's get things underway. As I said before, this is a round of 16 match. Montrax waiting in the next round as our number 1 seed. For whoever wins out here. Certainly OMG going to be going in with the experience advantage by quite a large margin. But we'll see how it goes. Yes, for all of our Spanish speaking fans, ¿cómo están todos? How you guys all doing? Sadness MC5, good to see you looking chipper. As the first couple of kills get traded across, veterans with the high ground advantage. Almost gets taken down, in fact needs a save from Coco. Veterans getting ticked away, almost losing their life due to that damage over time effect. Chef Vince Mallorca? So nice to see this game in live, yes. And you are seeing, well, you're seeing one of the most experienced MC5 teams, along with a completely new squad, taking to the rooftops for our very first game of the day. We will be starting our Twitch giveaway as soon as this first game is done. But for now, all of our attention is held in place by our good friendos here, as veterans are going to lead the charge, the captains of the OMG squad, getting things mixed up in close quarters. But they're not the only one managing to do things. Coco doing fantastically so far with a completely clean sheet, rocking things up in close quarters. Will go down for the first time this game, but that's still 5-1. Very impressive early performance. Mandingo from Peru going to be rocked back by this early aggression from OMG. As Coco in exactly the right place at the right time, trying to make sure they don't get turned on by the second they open fire. The close range BSW fighting so swift and merciless. Over on the other side, let's see. It's going to be Fear, the score leader for Mandingo, but unfortunately only even as far as that KDA goes. Fear will get it mixed up into close quarters with the backup from Zam, able to allow Mandingo to take over this particular corridor. But you can see that trouble is a-coming. Grenades being tossed down by OMG. Fear and the rest of the Mandingo squad trying to hold on, but coming from the back, Nelson breaks through the lines of Mandingo and makes quite a mess of things before Zenon finally able to put them down. Mandingo falling further behind. Bonjour, Abadham Calderon. Ah, I have no idea if that's even at the beginning is your name. Brett Brennan, yes, the BSW is pretty potent, as you can have attested to here in our first round of competition. A very, very popular gun. Veterans and the rest of the squad picking up a few more kills as they're able to come in round. And this is the veteran instinct of veterans and the rest of OMG. They know every single inch of the rooftops. They know how to get round and how to approach the defensive formations of Mandingo, because you can never cover every single angle at once. Hero Gaming 7, I can't even see what that face is. Is it a face with no mouth? Ah! It might just be that my color balance on my secondary monitor is not very good. Of course, we've got the kill streaks building up for the side of OMG. Has anyone managed to... Okay. So it's going to be Zenon. Oh wait, no, we're on the completely wrong person. Give me a second. Aha, two people with the same icon. What a bunch of scallywags. We'll wait for the respawn to come in. There we go. Zud. Able to get themselves a little bit better than a 50-50 kill death split. And it's going to get things mixed up in close quarters. Couple more shots come in. And there we go. Brett Brennan, you're playing ESL next week. That's really cool. Which team are you playing with, Brett Brennan? Ah, Hero Gaming Salmon, you found your smile. Well, that's just lovely. Coco keeping things hot in the close quarters. Gonna pop off as OMG, just one kill away from victory. A special, actually, 16-6. And Coco both performing spectacularly in that last game. Alright, you can see. Let's see, yes, so Coco, let's just go back to the snap. Yes, so a special and Coco both doing fantastically. We do have, let's see, Nelson also doing pretty well. Veterans actually doing pretty reasonably. And the fifth member going -4. That's interesting. Okay. Well, either way around, it will be heading back to a break. And we'll be back in 7 minutes or less with more Modern Combat 5. Welcome back, all of y'all. We are in the round of 16. Mandingo, the Peruvian team, going up against OMG, the international veteran squads left and led by a veteran themselves. Let's get things underway. A special certainly stood out in the last game along with Coco with an enormous amount of kills while keeping those deaths down all kinds of low. But yes, welcome to the stream, Johan Gaming, and of course, John Smith, here to meet you with a hearty Enrique, thanks for dropping by the stream as well. Yes, sorry about last time with the Android stream, guys. Unfortunately, we had some problems on the technical side of things that prevented that from going out, but hopefully that will be all solved and should come up again in the future. Samuel P, when iOS and Android get merged, will there still be ESL for both platforms? No, they will be one dual arrangement. So all of these iOS tournaments will also be Android tournaments. So basically it becomes mobile. So yeah, that's really pretty cool because there's loads and loads of great Android teams as well. I'd love to see how they actually stack up against the iOS guys. Unfortunately, there's no set date as to when that merge is going to happen as of yet, but it does creep ever closer. My understanding is that there's still some Android things that need to get sorted out before that really happens, but I've been told that it is definitely a lot closer than it is far away, as OMG are absolutely tearing things up. A special, the big carry from the last game, also stepping up in this one. Yep, Samuel P. There is, yes, there will be one big tournament, or in this case, two big tournaments, because we've got red and blue. Johan Gaming, I tend not to join too many Discord servers, mainly because there doesn't really, I never talk on them, and people tend to tag me in those Discord servers for all the lulz. And so I just end up not joining because it's just a waste of time for the most part. Let's see, so who's picking up some numbers? So Zenon is actually doing pretty reasonably. It's Takahashi getting things mixed up in the close quarters. You can see Zud here had the shot on Elvis but did not take it in time, that moment of hesitation. Joan Gaming, you can give me your link to your Discord, but I won't go on it. That's just to be as straightforward with you as possible. Well, Enrique, it's probably not so worthwhile to list off the various things you want to have fixed to me because I can't actually do anything about them because I'm not a developer. But if you send them through as an email to the email address on screen between games, then you can get through to the community manager, and while they may not be able to respond to you directly, he definitely does read every one of those emails. Takahashi doing some good work on the recon this time round, but yes, it's actually Veteran stepping up as our #1 performer for the OMG side. That captaincy has to be earned in frags, and Veterans is making sure they get a whole lot of them on the lack, or keeping out of too much trouble. Will take a little bit of a bruising, decides to carry on going in anyway, manages to force through the kill, as Elvis gets one more. Zenon at least gets a trade back. Veteran's going to go in trying to look for the reset. I think it's too far away. In fact, Elvis took out the potential reset target. Not ideal. Jeremy Elizaraz? Hola. Hola, ¿cómo están? We are coming close to the end of proceedings, and there we go. OMG make the 2-0 very nicely. Joan Gaming, oh, I appreciate your well wishes. There you go, a special stepping up once more. But Veterans, showing off. Nice 12-3 record, but honestly, yes, it's a special Veterans. Takahashi and Elvis also did pretty well. But we shall see how the crucible of this tournament does end up playing everything over. So, that will be our first one done. I'm just going to let Soldier Girl now. So we will be moving on to our next game soon. We'll take a little break though, and when we return, more Modern Combat 5. Twitch giveaway remains in progress. Either a tournament game, or if you guys get lucky, a tournament. A community game. Phew. Alright guys, volveremos enseguida. We'll be right back. guys, looks like we've got a little bit of time before our next tournament game. So if you'd like to come and play on stream with myself watching from over your shoulders like a big old creep, then ESL123 is your passkey, or you can find an invite in the global chat. Hamza YouTube, I think it said that you were saying that you wanted to get in touch with me directly. I wasn't quite clear on what it was that you were actually looking for me to tell you about. I think one of the other people on the stream was saying that the Invictus is something. The Invictus camo is gotten for winning the monthly finals, not for the weekly events. But if you win a tournament and you're not sure about your prizing, then the ESL admins are the first place to go to check that everything's in order there, and they should be able to tell you what you need to do. So they'll probably take some details from you, and then from there, yeah, just I think a lot of the time it's just you give your details over and you just wait, really. Hamza YouTube, there isn't that much more I can tell you than that, I'm afraid, because I don't deal with distributing prizing myself. That's done initially by ESL, taking the details. They pass that across the Gameloft, and Gameloft actually action that. Alright, so Beastie into game, and Angelo as well. Vol Uno gonna step up to the plate. Who else? Hamza YouTube? I'm not sure. Is there a part of what I'm explaining that doesn't make sense? It seems like we're not on the same page here. As far as maybe what I'm saying, maybe I might be misunderstanding you, Hamza YouTube, since you seem to be a little upset about the subject, and I'm not sure I'm really understanding what you're asking. Alright, looks like we've got some bodies in place. There we go, there we go. Alright, 3v3 is a good place to start as any. Let's get started. So, beauty. You guys can, as always, come and join in this game once it's underway with the passkey ESL123. Arsenal, you're in the match. I think I spotted your name there, yes. We shall see how you do. I'm pretty sure the spectate operates in more or less real time, so we'll see how it goes. I think there's some suggestion the teams might be horribly unbalanced, as we've got I think are these actually members of the Montrax crew who are, or Montrax, who are playing in our quarterfinals next. Let's have a look. I don't think so. Well, Capone is. Yes, Capone is one of their players, but I don't think Arsenal is, unless Arsenal's a sub playing under a different name. Alright, Arsenal, we'll give you a bit of a spectate. We'll see how you do. If someone else starts going off big, then we'll have to switch across to them and see how they're doing. So, guys, who's Arsenal if they're not actually a member of Montrax? Are they just a fan? Or are they someone else in disguise? We'll drop across to Uno for the time being, who is going off pretty big with that tier 6 sniper. I think he's probably going to be using that Dreadeye to spot out the members of the red side up on top. He's going to take the more direct approach, and doesn't work out tremendously well for them. We'll be able to sneak around the back of the red side. Going to try and get through as many kills before they are turned back on. That's such a perilous situation. You've got to wait for exactly the right moment when you are behind the enemy team. They've got to have something that occupies them in front of them, otherwise they will all just turn around and immediately murder you. Arsenal, you have to leave. Oh, that's too bad. Especially because the blue team is super unbalanced. Okay, it's getting a bit better. So as you can see, guys, you don't need to wait till the end or the beginning of the next custom game or community game to come and join in. You can use the passkey anytime you please. As long as we've got spaces, you can come and join. And the blue team needs you. Down a member. Though, I suppose if you've got the best, well, if you've got some of the most experienced Modern Combat 5 players on one team, it can sometimes be a disadvantage to have more players. So quick, because the blue team are winning, go join them and get killed a bunch. Wahaha. Yes, Montrax Arsenal. Oh, okay, you are a Montrax player. Fair enough. Yes, you are in fact versus OMG. If you wouldn't mind getting Montrax, could you send the passkey for your game? Actually, wait a second. I'm gonna have a quick check on the bracket. Let's see. I think we might jump across to Old Glory versus Zen Esports. We'll see what we get. Okay, we're gonna go for Yataz versus Domination. Okay, so middle of the table. Alright. Well, those guys don't get too much screen time otherwise, so we shall give them this opportunity to shine. We'll leave you guys playing for the time being, and we'll be back in a few moments with our next ESL tournament lobby. Alright guys, we are back in with Yataze versus Domination. Now you might, some of these names over on the Yataze side, you might seem to be a little bit familiar. That's because the Yataze squad, otherwise known as Mivel in most circles. The two Japanese squads going head to head in our first on-screen quarterfinal. Yataze taking themselves an early lead. MIT, ducking across the wall, will get taken down in the end. Lime still up and running with a clean sheet so far, with how brutal this game has been in its opening moments. I can't imagine that will stay the case for too much longer. You have a question, why on the PC and iOS you're broadcasting ESL but there is no Android? Why? Well, it's a perfectly reasonable question, as Dr. Bob Nasuke gonna go down there. Apparently Bob Nasuke receiving their doctorate in between streams. I think Domination is another team that is probably playing under a different name as well. Yes, Bob Nasuke, usually on the Resident Evil squad. Really interesting. But yes, Android is once every 2 weeks currently. When the server merge happens, iOS and Android will be the same tournament, because they'll be the same game for most intents and purposes. So once that happens, there'll be a lot more Android tournaments. Well, Lime has put a lie to my words. So far, refusing to die even while racking up a pretty outrageous amount of kills. We can kind of see the what happens here with the players when they trust each other implicitly. Lime able to just run past the opposition and more than willing to let their teammates do the work and not trying to do the old spinneroonie. Arsenal, we didn't close the ESL for Android. What are you talking about? The Android ESL tournaments are still running. There were some technical problems which stopped them from being shown on stream last time, but no, that's definitely not true, Arsenal, unless I'm completely misunderstanding what you're saying. The Android ESL tournaments are definitely still running. So yes, the most confusing thing about this is that the intensity scale are let's see. Okay, so Seka, I think it's called themselves Mivil Seka just to try and taunt Yataze, otherwise known as Mivil. At least that's my assumption. As things very swiftly come to a close here on the streets. Just a few more kills remaining. And Yataze will secure themselves that first win. Alright. We'll head to break and we'll be back soon. More Mortal Kombat 5 coming your way. I saw a few people asking about the OMG versus Montrax crew game. I'll see if we can perhaps get that for our second game, since that particular game between Yataze and Domination seemed to be pretty one-sided. I know a lot of you guys do want to see OMG and Montrax, so I'll see if I can get it. And we'll be back in a little bit, either with game 2 of this Yataze Domination, or perhaps game 2 of OMG and Montrax. We'll see what happens. 7 minutes from right now. Alright guys, so I'm going to do my best to get you the Montrax vs Oh My God game number 2. While we wait, we'll see if we can fit a custom game in. Hamza YouTube, I'm afraid, yes, as Samuel's probably says, I'm not involved with the distribution of prizes or anything, so I'm not clear on what your situation is with the ESL admins as far as trying to get prizes and things go. I feel like that's the piece of information I'm sort of missing here. But either way around it. So guys, if you'd like to play on stream, ESL 123 is your key to the kingdom here. So Hamza, YouTube, let's say, like, I'd rather not kind of like, I can understand that you're, tell you what, I'll give you my, rather than chatting about this on Discord where I suspect most people aren't going to be, don't kind of want to hear about this sort of stuff, I'll just post, whoops, I'll post my Discord in the chat and you can send me a message on there. Rather than kind of overriding everything else with me talking directly to you. Okay, never mind about that because it looks like never mind about this custom game because it looks like we have got our pass key for the OMG game. OMG apparently did win game number 1, but we're going to drop into game number 2. Alright, will just be a moment. I'll bring you guys into lobby with us. Brett Brennan, what did you send me on Discord that I didn't answer you? Okie dokie. So, there we go, Montrax. From the USA, oh my god, international. They'll be heading on to Scramble for game 2. But yes, Brett Brennan, I don't even know who you are on Discord. I don't recall you adding me specifically. Let's have a look. Well, if you have added me, you're not called Brett Brennan on there, so I'm not sure who you are. Huh. Alright, so we'll be getting started in a second. Montrax crew, the #1 seed. OMG coming in as our number 9. I think Montrax have been doing pretty well for themselves in recent times, hence why they are our #1 seed. Let's see. Oh, I say that actually, and they haven't made it past the second round in the last 2 tournaments, so we shall see. Of course, we knew from last time round that OMG, the veterans, as their captain's name does suggest. Well, yes, Brett Brennan, that explains why I haven't responded to your messages, because you're not really asking me anything. Alright, so I will come back to you. This guy is busting after this game, because I won't be able to do both things at the same time. Right, let's get stuck in. Montrax playing over in the blue, OMG over on the red. OMG with 1 game in hand. Looked pretty good in our first encounter of the evening against Mandingo. But can the veterans lead the OMG squad to another victory? We'll be keeping an eye out for a special who has consistently put out a very, very strong performance, but OMG was several very powerful members, of course. Veterans themselves, as well as Coco, and a few other faces managing to get some pretty good scores in there. Samuel Provost, you want me to look at Dulzy? Alright, I shall do so. Let's see, so for Montrax, there... Aha, okay, yes, the captain is Dulzy. We shall see how the captain leads a team in a corner. So far, the first minute passes without... Actually, I just think maybe even a shot being passed between. Let's have a look. Accuracy 0, 0, 0, 0, and 0. Yep, literally not a single shot. As Capone actually disconnects. And Montrax crew will perhaps be looking to try and extend. However, it's special. We knew they would be one of the top performers for OMG. Manages to land that first blood. And a second as well, while the rest of the team look to put the pressure on to Montrax. Looking to try and bring this game to victory and to a swift advancement to the semi-finals. Special finds one more, takes out Arsenal, who was playing a little bit earlier on in the stream. A special getting behind the lines of Dulzy as well as Karen eliminated, and Zion finally gets a kill back through. But I think is in fact, yes, the only one. I think sometimes people listen and play at the same time, but I suspect it's super distracting. If I was in their position, I wouldn't listen at the same time as playing. I'd maybe listen afterwards. Zion picking up kill number 2 and 3 for Montrax, who are punching their way back in to this game, kill by kill. Zion picks up another one, really picking up the head of steam. Zion picking up Montrax on their shoulders and carrying their team through the fire and flame. Will get taken down by veterans, but Karen has stepped up as well. The Cobra striking from the shadows. 4 minutes remain, and Montrax have almost caught up on OMG, whose kills have dried up in a hurry. Perhaps a change of fortunes. And yes, you can see Soldier Girl in the chat right now over on YouTube. Our wonderful admin for today, doing a fantastic job behind the scenes to make sure everything runs butter smooth. Make sure everyone needs to be where they are, when they are, and who they are, and what they are. What madness is this? I think I need more coffee. Glug, glug, glug. Said the cat to the mouse. We spend a little bit of quality time with Veterans, the captain of OMG. Leading from the back this time round with a lack, primed and ready. Spots out a member of Montrax from behind and a special, and Veterans get simultaneous kills. Or simultaneous if you're British. And the pressure continues to mount. Montrax's fabled comeback from the start of the game, thanks to Zion, seems to have evaporated as OMG starts to build up the pressure, build up the pace, and get themselves a right proper boot to the gut of Montrax. Ah, Soldier Girl, you don't need to say thank you. Everyone here should be saying thank you for all of your wonderful work. Let me tell you guys, if it's not for Soldier Girl's adminning, a lot of these tournaments would not happen at all. So, please do everything you can to make Soldier Girl's life as easy as possible if you are playing in these tournaments. Let her know all of your results as soon as possible, and it helps everything go just that little bit smoother. Brit Brennan, yes, the Beastie One, saying, expressing their commiserations for Montrax, our #1 seed today, as they are getting clobbered pretty darn hard. It's turning into a bit of a slaughter as Veterans is stepping up to the front, taking the limelight for themselves, and honestly showing off pretty hard. But a special is, of course, still picking up a lot of kills. There are a few deaths. Elvis is going to kind of be our sleeper player for OMG. Doing extremely well, 8-1. Only being honestly eclipsed by Veterans just in terms of raw kill death ratio, as Elvis gonna get into the dueling scenario as Nelson comes in to finish the job. Gonna have themselves a 1v2 encounter once more, which turns out with Dulzy being dropped into the dirt. One minute left to play, and OMG are looking extremely strong as Capone drops out once again. I don't know if it is purely based on connection issues that have caused Montrax to stumble so badly in this second game, but it looks like OMG are going to secure their first semi-final spot pretty darn comfortably. Three more kills are going to do it. Ah, excellent, Hamza. Looks like you're talking to Soldier Girl at the moment, which is great. Hopefully she'll be able to help you out. If not, then you've still got my details over on Discord if there's anything I can do. OMG, one more kill to make it to the 50, but it's not going to be needed, as OMG put on a very strong quarterfinals performance and lock in that semi-final place. Right. So, over on Twitch, let's sort ourselves out with a winner. Our Twitch winner is... Jaws 3 1991. Post your dog tag and the platform. So Jaws 31991. If you could post in your details, we'll get you noted down and everything's sorted out, all good and proper. For now though, we'll be headed to break because that's 2-0, making things quite swift on our parts. And we will be back with more Modern Combat 5 coming up in just a little bit. Alright guys, we got a little bit of time to kill. So please, come and join us. Because y'all belong in a museum. And that's exactly where we're going to head for our next team deathmatch. As always, we may have to abandon ship. And in fact, I think we may have been given a new pass key. Okay, no, never mind. So we may have to abandon this game if we get another tournament one come through. But we'll see how it plays out. The sooner you get in here, the sooner we can start. Hamza YouTube. Tell you what, Sorry, the reason I'm kind of struggling to think of what I can do for you here is just because it's not something I really deal with directly myself. Actually, sorry. We'll have to abandon it on the custom game because it looks like we've actually got the next OMG game coming up. OMG versus Yataze, or, well, as we otherwise know them as Mivel. So it's going to get set up for that game. We'll jump into lobby for that in a second. So let's just check and see if our Twitch giveaway winner has responded. So Jaws 3 1991, still waiting on a response from you. If we don't hear from you by the end of this game, we'll have to pick a new Twitch giveaway winner. So you've got a chance to respond. Hopefully you'll, well, if you're listening, then please post your details. If not, then hopefully you'll return by the end of this game. So let me just change up the points here because those are not accurate anymore. So we're heading into our first semi-final, which means we need to get started on our second giveaway. So our second giveaway will be on Facebook, #semi onto the Facebook page, and we will be drawing that one relatively soon actually. So get your entries in while you can, and we'll just wait on the start of the next game between OMG and Modtrax. We will be back soon. Alright guys, we're getting into our first semi-final of the game. So, Soldier keeping things running all kinds of smooth. So we are tearing through things at a rate of knots. Soon we'll be looking down the barrel of our finals. So our giveaways are accelerating. Family versus Old Glory are taking place at the same time. So, we will be ending the Facebook giveaway when this series is done. Hashtag semis. If you'd like to, or hashtag semi or semis, either's fine if you want to get in on that giveaway. These two teams competing for that final spot as Coco steps up for OMG, picking up a clean 3 kills so far. Gonna be stalking from the outside, able to take out Poon with a very swift shot. MIT does get a couple of kills in for Montrax and starts to stabilize a game that has been spiraling out of control from the opening moments, taking out a special. That's a huge pick-off for MIT, who has the majority of the Montrax team kills. And that's the reason why I'm confused by things, because I've forgotten to update the team names. Haha! Let's say these aren't Montrax crew, these are Yataze. There we go. So, minute and a half down, and it's actually pretty damn even between these two teams. MIT definitely leading the charge, but we've had a few other ones coming through as well. Coco, who's been strong from the opening of this particular round, is continuing to do so, but for both Yataze and for OMG, they have these one individual strong players, but they are leaning very, very hard on them. Thank you, Soldier Girl, for hopefully helping out Hamza with the information they need. So Hamza, if you are listening to the sound of my voice, please do check the YouTube chat for information from Soldier Girl about what you need to do. Lime going to get taken out by a special on the back side of that one, who will fall down swiftly themselves. A special not having the strongest of performances in this game, as MIT actually continues to look extremely good for the side of Yataze. The Japanese squad of Yataze, or Mivel as they're known in other places, are doing a very good job of coming back from a very tough early game and actually overtaking OMG. The international side is very impressive in and of themselves. Elvis is picking up a few kills, but let's take a look. So, yeah, so a special is honestly not having the best games. Neither is Veteran. It's going to be almost entirely down to Coco to try and carry the team in this particular game. And they seem to be starting to get picked off as well. Yataze starting to build up a pretty good lead as MIT keeps the pain train rolling. Man, doubling out the score of anyone else on the Yataze's team. MIT will get tagged from range, looking for the reset. Don't think it's going to be able to manage it, as a special does start to get somewhere before falling down themselves. Honestly, we're kind of looking at almost a 1v1 game here, just with some spoilers being played by the other members of the Yataze and OMG squads, trying to make sure those big players are taken out of commission. Yes, some were promised. I do apologise, I forgot to update the on-screen overlay. So yes, Montrax crew did in fact just play and lost out to OMG. Yataze are the ones playing now after beating out their Japanese country folk domination in the quarterfinals. OMG only behind by 2 though. It could come down to the last couple of shots. Coco looking for another target. Does get taken out by Poon. And Poon with not a very good, well, I'd say not a very good record. Has got a lot of kills but a lot of deaths. But not with the best kill-death ratio. To be able to take out the best player of OMG could put Yataze over the edge. Coco, again going to get taken out by Poon before a trade kill comes back in. But all eyes are on MIT. As the last couple of kills, all Yataze needs to lock down this first semi-final game. MIT finds one on a special. There's the powerhouse of OMG taken out of commission. Grenade's going to land near MIT, but able to shrug it off, moving forward, looking for that one more kill, and it will be forthcoming. Stripped away from Elvis, and Yataze take that first semi-final point. Alright, so who are our players to watch? I think definitely MIT, 20-9, and Coco, 15-13. Oh boy, yes. Coco's score really fell off a cliff towards the end of the game, so that's going to need to change for game number 2, but for the moment, we will be heading to break. Facebook giveaway is live right now, and we'll be back soon with more Mortal Kombat 5. Alright guys, with no time wasted at all, we are getting back onto our second game between Yataze and OMG. Yataze with the first point almost exclusively thanks to MIT, who did absolutely fantastic stuff in the last game. Poon is going to be the captain of the Yataze squad, as far as I can see. But MIT has been the heart and soul of their performance dominating so far and also picking up the first blood. Make that a second kill for themselves and a third as the rest of Yataze step forward and slug OMG to the jaw with their opening set of plays. Elvis going to be taken to pieces as well as MIT finds those corner kills and keeps the pain train rolling down the tracks, set on a collision course with OMG. Coco's the one we shall look to in our time of strife and trouble for OMG. They need to win this game or they are donezo in this tournament. Lime though able to make the response quickly and get a kill back in for Yataze, keeping them going for the time being. As Lime, Yataze and Unti all pick up kills for themselves, completely taking over this part of the map. Lime will eventually fall down. But Veterans does at least get a kill on to Poon, but let's take that game with MIT, who again is going crazy in this game. We do have a couple of flank attempts coming through, but MIT is having none of that. Coco does manage to get a couple in, but oh my god, OMG are dying so quickly. They're barely having time to spawn back in before they're dying again. I don't think this is the right strategy for the international squad to just rush in and try for kills, but I suspect desperation is starting to set in for them. Elvis does get taken out. As, yeah, again, MIT more than double the kills of anyone else on the Yataze squad. I think possibly, yeah, nearly even the case of Coco as well, who is, well, does actually take MIT out. That's got to be a morale boost for the OMG side, but they need Coco picking up those kills. They need to have those even fights, especially when Coco do get 2. Poon gets a trade kill back, but Elvis keeps it going, and OMG start to find themselves in the second semi-final match. It's a little late into proceedings, but oh my gosh, Coco taken off the field, and I suspect the hopes and dreams of the OMG squad will be taken with them. MIT just picking and choosing, plucking OMG from the vine and crushing them beneath their boots. Yataze looking absolutely fantastic and very much like a team who are going to head right to our finals today. Halfway done, and Yataze are more than ready to put the final touches to their masterpiece that has been the second semi-final game. And there we go, all done and dusted and in the can. Yataze advance to our grand finals, and OMG have to take the long walk home. MIT with another sterling performance. No one else really able to match that at all. But we need to pick ourselves a Facebook winner. So, our Facebook winner is Abomina. Abomina. If you could post your dog tag and your platform, we will be starting our next giveaway soon, because we are going through this tournament hecka fast. And we need to get everything done before we're done for the night. Catch you guys in just a little bit, and we'll update you as soon as there's new information. Alright guys, we are getting into our grand finals already, so I have opened up our YouTube giveaway as well as our Mob Crush one. So, if you want to have a chance at 400 credits, do get your entries in while you can on YouTube. It is #finals to be part of that particular giveaway. Alright, let's get things going. So, we've had a lot more direct experience with Yataze in this tournament, and we know that MIT is their main power player. Seems to be tearing into Old Glory, who, despite coming in as our number 10 seed, definitely one of the favourites to win out here. I think sometimes, well, we kind of go through periods where where we kind of have one country dominate. It tends to be probably more often than not Japan, and we have two Japanese teams in the finals in the form of Old Glory and Yataze. But honestly, Yataze are really outperforming at least my expectations. Old Glory, their name reflects their pedigree. They are a team who have been around and seen everything and won most things. So we fully expected them to do extremely well coming into this tournament. They were, well, to be fair, actually, they did actually lose to Yataze back in Blue June Cup #1, and were locked out by Volclan in the Red Finals. So perhaps I might be overstating at least their recent success. We shall see if Old Glory can prove the haters wrong. Site Gaming, you'd like to give you 5,000 credits. So boy, if I had 5,000 credits, I certainly wouldn't be giving them out to people. But I'm sure if I had 5,000 credits, it would be a wise investment in your future, Site Gaming. Right. Doing pretty well for the Old Glory side. So far keeping a clean sheet, but Poon having something to say about that. Managing to pump through a kill. Is on very low health, and Rusei able to get the violence back exactly where it needs to be. Oh boy. Alright, players to watch. Rai on the side of Old Glory. And I think MIT still for Yataze, though they've taken more deaths than we've seen so far. Arubaru managed to get the pick off there from all the way across the other side of the obelisk. So Sarcophagus Room will be where Old Glory will try and establish their stronghold on the map. And it seems to be working relatively well so far. Helios managing to get another kill through. Old Glory starting to build some momentum, all focused around their defense of the sarcophagus, which is honestly a pretty good place to defend. It's got a lot of cover to work from, and some pretty good sightlines across the middle of the map, with only those 3 approaches to get in. So with a team all together can do a pretty good job of defending it. Of course, we start to see airstrikes and the like come in, that could change very quickly. But what are Yataze doing? Now, MIT being taken out by Helios there is a pretty big loss. Does get overloaded there and actually taken out by Poon, shooting from extreme range. Yataze keeping themselves in this, but Old Glory are looking good. Poon in the right place, the right time, nails another kill through. Again, Old Glory don't see Poon coming, and that's another point over. Poon does manage to sneak behind Vargas, but Arubaru gets the trade kill back. However, Old Glory not looking as perhaps impervious as they had been previously. Rai popping up the stairs though, and will pump through a couple more points. MIT though, still coming alive a little bit. It's actually Rai who's outperforming expectations over on the Old Glory side. On the morph with the trusty lack in hand. Magical Flaming Banana, welcome to the stream. We are already in our grand finals. Soldier Girl's done a fantastic job of running the tournament today. It's gone extremely smoothly and quickly. So we are in our final best of 5 to determine who will be taking home those €100 and of course 100 Go4 ESL points, which will get you qualified for the monthly finals. Site Gaming, the next ESL for Android should be next Saturday. We're going to come back for that one. And of course, we've got the merge, which will mean that all iOS tournaments will become Android tournaments as well. But that's not for a little bit. Alright, Old Glory with a pretty solid lead so far. 5 ahead. Let's see what else is in store for us. It's going to be Rye, yes, who picks up another kill onto MIT. Though Helios, just before they die, did they manage to get a... I think MIT actually managed to get a reset there. They might have respawned. Certainly not with the Heedy heights we saw from the Yataze side before. 20-9 is what MIT is capable of, but getting shut down against the fiercest competition in the tournament. Aruburu gets that long range shot through, and that's enough to keep Old Glory getting even further away from Yataze. This first point seems almost beyond reproach. So Kezi, thanks for your entry in over YouTube, and Aruburu again, deadly, and without a moment of hesitation, Old Glory gonna show Yataze what it takes to be a team with tenure in the Modern Combat 5 esports scene. Not a flicker of hesitation, and Aruburu gets Unti with a pre-fire with a lack almost round the corner. Yataze only 30 seconds left, only 30 kills to Old Glory's 41, and desperation rush coming in does not work out well for them at all. Aruburu able to get the reset, keep themselves up and running, and keep that impenetrable slack and lack damage coming in. MIT does get a couple of consolation kills for Yataze by the end, but it's nowhere near enough. Old Glory don't hit the 50, but they got close enough. So we have got Mob Crush and YouTube giveaways going on right now, so get your entries in on there while you can. And let's see, so from that last game, Aruburu and Helios, Aruburu and Rye both going 12 and 6. So they will be our joint MVPs of that round. We shall see how things progress, but certainly looking extremely strong right now. We'll be back in a few minutes. Get your entries in while you can, and we'll be back soon. Welcome back, everybody. Old Glory and Yataze going at one another again on the streets. This time our destination, Old Glory, looking pretty damn good last time round. Rusei and Aruburu stepping up as the most proficient Old Glory players, keeping those kill numbers high and death numbers down in the basement. Yataze looked good for several parts of our opening grand finals match, but they have seemed like a shadow of their former selves. Can that shadow take form, take reality, take flight for Yataze? Or they could be looking down a almost unwinnable 2-game advantage for Old Glory if these streets cannot be painted red. Of course, Yataze and Old Glory staying on the same sides. Old Glory over on the blue, Yataze the aforementioned red, which the paint shall be needed to be made of. As Aruburu gets a couple of kills and just about survives, and able to get 3 kills out in that last exchange, eradicating the early lead of Yataze, seizing the momentum back for themselves and completely stopping Yataze in their tracks. MIT gets a kill, gets taken out almost straight away. Let's check those numbers. So yes, it is. It's Aruburu getting it absolutely crazy in this one. MIT still the star player for the Yataze side, but it's getting taken out more often than not. Aruburu does get tagged though, and that was MIT who did that one, able to finish the job with a little bit of help from Poon. Poon able to provide the backup to MIT on multiple occasions already, and will take out Vargas. Certainly a second threat for the Yataze team. Will get tagged and bagged by Aruburu and Helios there as they take possession of the lower floors. Old Glory cohering very closely together as Aruburu dances and ducks past the Yataze members, manages to find a knife for Auntie, but will get traded back straight away. Of course, MIT is the target that Old Glory are looking to try and keep out of commission as much as possible. There we go, MIT and Poon. Those are the big players for Yataze, and they are picking up kills. However, Auntie is stepping up, despite a very weak early start to the game, going 0 and 5. Now gets 3 kills in a row before being taken down. Pretty impressive stuff. Drop back in with MIT, and it looks like high ground advantage for Yataze. And the high ground advantage is really going to come into play, or be much more obvious from here. You can see just over the wall if you're MIT, but you can see the entire bodies of Old Glory. Let's drop back in with the old pal Aruburu, who started off this game extremely well, but now Yataze, with a fantastic series of play, are punching their way back in. Auntie has gone from 0-5 to 6-6. This is bonkers. And hey, it's working out extremely well for Yataze, as Vargas does at least manage to get a kill on Tapoon and Rai as well. Masro one back from up on high. The Old Glory are trying to punch their way back into this one. Masro goes across, makes the mantle, will fall to the knife of Rusei. He gets a nice couple of kills there to get Old Glory back equalized. Dead even as we're closing in on the 3-minute mark. You can see this fight has gotten into close quarters, face-to-face brutality, knife kills. So much confusion in these close quarters, but there is one truth remaining, that is that the kills are flowing like wine. Poon does get a couple through there, just somehow escapes with their life. Yes, Brit, this is an incredibly close game. Yataze not going to get put off whatsoever after that Game 1 performance. They have found the all-reserve that they are digging into. Kill streaks are going to start coming in as we head towards the later parts of the game. Poon, even low on health, knows it's probably going to be one shot, one kill. And there we go. Vargas able to get a trade kill back. Gets shot up, but takes out Auntie as well before finally falling down. Old Glory have torn out ahead in these last few minutes remaining. Yataze have to be getting close to desperation mode. They had managed to fight their way back in, but Old Glory, despite all of this, seemed to be so close to putting this second game to bed. MIT dropping down the knife kill in close quarters. Only 2 minutes left, only 2 kills for Old Glory. It's looking like it's going to be a second game. That was a hell of a lot closer, but Yataze cannot do it for a second time in a row. Old Glory 1 game away from becoming our champions. Stay tuned, guys. We will be back with that game 3 as soon as possible. These guys know how to set up a lobby real quick, so I imagine that we will not be long at all. Ariburu again stepping up. MIT doing the same, but we can see that Poon and Unti both did well for the side of Yataze. So, we'll see. Yataze got a lot better from game 1 to 2. Game 3, we shall see if that trend continues, if Old Glory can hold them back and make this a clean sweep. We're heading to break. We'll be back soon. Our Mob Crush giveaway and YouTube giveaway will be drawn soon, so stay tuned for that, and we'll see you guys in just a little itty bit. It's do or die time here for Yataze. Switching over to the blue side will get themselves the first blood. Not a bad start as MIT will get caught out from multiple angles as the rest of the Yataze squad try and set up on the far southern side of the map. You can see the formation here. We've got the sniper nest on the far south side with a couple of roaming scouts out for the rest of the Yataze team to be able to spot the Old Glory offensive movements. Auntie trying to provide the danger from below. Does get chewed out as Rai able to counter aggress. Actually surprised. There we go. I was gonna say I was surprised that they must be just outside of the line of sight of the sniper nest up on the top there. I think are taking, or must have been taking cover from the main building itself. In fact, I think yes. So a lot of the Yataze team are having their time occupied by dealing with Rai, who's just below them, which means they can't concentrate on providing sniping. But for all of this, Old Glory are behind in the opening minute. John Smith is trash talk going on. Oh boy, I haven't been reading the chat for the last minute or so. What's been going on? I mean, I'm all in favor of trash talk, so yeah, screw that guy. And that team sucks. Woo! All the good things. MIT and Poon actually all looking pretty good right now. Old Glory struggling to get those kills in, though. If they're going to be coming from anywhere, it's going to be a Rubru, and just like that again, a strong start. But it's going to be caught up on swiftly this time round, though. Yataze able to hold on to that lead. Old Glory almost catch up, but don't overtake. Rai lurking in the shadows, looking to try and break in to the sniper line. Going to run down the side of them. Drops down the grenade. Going to be able to put Lime on edge. But Lime able to still get the kill anyway. Down to 9% health. Going to go in for another fight, but will eventually be overrun by Rusei and the rest of the Old Glory team. Flushing out Yataze's sniper line. But Yataze are still looking reasonably good. Lime doing some real nice stuff. 5-1 so far. That lack burning red hot with the fire of 1,000 suns. And a very good kill death ratio. Yep, no one else can remotely compare. MIT has been picking up almost the same amount of kills, but has been dying like crazy. Guys in the YouTube chat, please do try and keep things civil. We are in a war game. Surely these guys shooting each other in the face isn't enough disagreement for you all. Things have quieted down for just a moment as Rai trying to sneak in and find a point of weakness for Old Glory here to push that lead further. Of course, Old Glory have the opportunity to gamble a little bit here while having that 1 point lead. Means Yataze will be forced out to face them on the open field sooner or later. And when that happens, Helios will be waiting, almost gets traded back, but the lack is there and finds the kill. Off to the side, perhaps not quite what Yataze were expecting. But Poon does get one, make that 2. Manages to almost take out, well, does take out a decent chunk of the team by themselves, and MIT is able to come in and make the punish. Yataze are back into this one with the lead. MIT lands the shot onto Helios as well. And there we go, Yataze back where they wanted to be, in control of the high ground, but Rusei having something to say about that, along with the rest of the team diving in. Rai the one to get the kills there, and a very swift trading of sniper nests. This is a tough position to hold on to, but under the right circumstances can be oppressive. Old Glory only needing 1 more point to secure themselves that €100 prize as well as the most amount of points, and most amount of seeding for the monthly finals. Can they do it here, or can Yataze start the longest possible journey back to the championship by winning out this game? Yataze, up until this point, have been doing pretty well for themselves, beating Oh My God and the Domination team on the way here, as well as Insane. But I have to feel that the intimidation factor is going to be there. I mean, Yataze, as we said before, known as Mivel, we do see them in a lot of the monthly finals, but Old Glory, I don't know, they're a team that have just been around so long, have played together, have fought and died together. But Poon and MIT both managing to do very well with the Old Glory mass rush there, and that could have put a lead into the favour of Yataze that could be hard to shake. Old Glory going to go in for one more try, one big run to try and equalize and maybe even overtake Yataze, but I don't even know if that's possible. Only 30 seconds left. Old Glory need to make the play in. They need to try and find their perfect team fight. If they can get 5 kills, they'll be back in the lead. That's one for Aruba. It's traded back though. Old Glory need to make a move, and they need to make it right now, and Auntie is there to punish, knowing how desperate Old Glory would become. Rusey does at least get 2, but the time is ticking and has evaporated. Yataze take their first Grand Finals game. Woof. Very, very well played by them. So, if we take a look back across, MIT did step up by the end. Lime, though, I think a little hidden gem, 5 and 2. Nice little setup there. And for the side of Old Glory, it ended up looking pretty average. I don't think anybody ended up with a good, or with a particularly high kill-death ratio there. Only breaking even on Rusey and Arubaru. So, guys, we've got at least one more game, unless we can see Yataze punch their way back in. Alright guys, we'll be headed to break, and we'll catch you guys in just a little bit. Alright guys, we return to our finals. Itaze, fresh off their first win of our grand finals against Old Glory, they prove to the world that they could do it. But can they do it twice more? MIT gonna go for the reset after picking up that first blood, but no, there we go. We have the entire match encapsulated in that one exchange. MIT, the one ended out with the most kills last time round, being taken out by Arubaru the second after getting their first kill. Two knights, chevalier, on horseback, looking to joust on this rooftops. The mists of Avalon shroud this encounter, and Poon is going to shroud Arubaru in a more permanent fashion. You guys having a bit of a trash talk in the chat. I hope that you are enjoying your viewing experience. Try not to get too carried away, guys. This is, you know, it's a safe place where people get shot in the face. Itaze looking good in the opening moments. Though, again, we know that Old Glory are more than prone to jump all over any opportunity that presents itself. And then we see Poon getting the perfect situation for Itaze. Old Glory lining themselves up for the slaughter, and Poon more than willing to accommodate. Vargas trying to make the trade back, but it really seems like Poon is the one stepping up big time. Yes, 6 and 4 along with MIT, almost identical performances so far in this game. And Itaze are going to need everything they can to bring these next two games to heel. Old Glory still in the position where they only need one game to win. But that can be the toughest thing psychologically once you started to drop games. The frustration threatens to boil over. Old Glory need to keep discipline. They need to keep those kills coming. And they need to make the punishes as and when the situation presents itself. Rai has gone from being one of the top players to currently suffering death after death. And Old Glory actually having a disconnect as well. It's only going to exacerbate this early lead that Itaze have managed to get for themselves. Ruse and Rai do manage to get a couple of kills for themselves. But the Dark Horse Lime sneaking through, and generally with a very good kill-death ratio, will fall down this time round as Old Glory are getting some good trades here, but it's a slow approach. Even when they're getting better trades, they are behind by 7 right now to close in on the halfway mark. Unti doing fantastically actually in this game. Will run up those stairs, looking to try and drop down behind the competition. They do escape for the time being. It goes right round the corner and takes out Rai. We have got the 5th Old Glory player coming back into contention, but it might be too late. Itaze threatening to take us through to a game 5 to put us into rush mode as MIT picks up 2 before Rai is finally able to put a stop to their rampage. However, MIT in this game has been seemingly struggling to find their rhythm against the Old Glory up until this point, but it seems towards the end of each of these games MIT is recovering their stance and then is able to push through kill after kill. MIT spotting out a potential target, going to go up high once more. That's where they secured the first blood from. But Ruse ready and waiting. Vargas lurking off to the side, waiting for the go signal. Two and a half minutes and change left to play. Itaze ahead by 11. It's looking like it's going to be an actually pretty comfortable game to win as MIT firing down the corridor. Going to punish the attempt from Old Glory to break into the lower confines of the rooftops. MIT going to just squat this one out. Squat out all that angst, all that energy, all that tension that the Itaze must be feeling. What a contrast in styles we're seeing here. Yataze were looking down the barrel of a 2-0 Grand Finals best of 5. Now they threaten to do the same to Old Glory. If we go through to a 5th game, you have to give the advantage across to Yataze. A huge momentum to have beat Old Glory twice in a row coming into that final game, as Poon is going crazy. I think that might have been 4 kills going through there, and that's all Yataze are going to need to make this game number 4 look very easy. MIT takes the final shot, the final kill, and Yataze and Old Glory are going to game number 5. Giveaways will be over when this next game has concluded. MIT, there we go. You can see by the end of the game, actually ending out better than last time round. 18 and 10, 4 more kills than last time round. And Old Glory just got shut out and locked down. One more game before the Blue Cup number 1 of June is over and done with. Rush, our destination, and we'll see you guys back here as soon as it's ready. more time. Old Glory face Yataze, Japan versus Japan. This one game of Rush will determine our winner. What a comeback story for Yataze, down 2-0 to the veteran Old Glory side. Yataze, of course, with their share of experience, but certainly not the prestige that Old Glory have found for themselves. And oh boy, Yataze lose out on their best player, disconnecting. This could spell disaster for the Yataze side, and not the way we want to see a grand finals like this go. MIT might well be forced to, even if they can reconnect, only to come back in next round. And Yataze will have to see what they are made of when they are not hanging off the extremely strong performance of MIT. Lime and Poon, those are the players for Yataze who could conceivably step up. But with the Rubaru up and ready, lurking behind the boxes, waiting for the moment to strike, it could get real messy real fast. One minute remaining. Relay tease from Rusey, trying to draw Yataze out of cover. We have got a flank coming round from Lime. Only 35 seconds left. If that relay is allowed to be captured by Rusey, and it may not be a choice here. Once that's in Old Glory's hands, they basically have this round on lockdown, and that's exactly what is going to happen. Yanti does manage to equalize by taking out Helios, but now Yataze have to either contest that ground or kill everybody else. I have to feel Yataze maybe played this one out a little too conservatively. They've got to go for it right now. Gonna run right in. Lime gonna go straight past. Poon getting two. They're in overtime. They're making the capture. They've got to stay on that point. The overload ticking through. And Yataze, they do it. Down a member. They wipe out Old Glory. MIT had to sit that one out. But that's incredible. Unti and Poon both stepping up under the most trying of circumstances and somehow breaking the back of Old Glory. Ay ay ay. Whew. Well, there you go. Anything can happen in these ESL tournaments, and it just did. Yataze took an incredibly risky line of play there, but they somehow, some way got away with it, and I think just by sheer audacity, Old Glory didn't expect to see Yataze just rush right in, get right up in their faces, and somehow make it work, even when it just shouldn't have happened. Alright, well, with numbers equalised, Arubaru manages to get the snipe off, and Yataze are right back to the start. 4v5. Can they do it one more time again? Rusey gonna get a capture uncontested. And could we be setting up? Oh my god, Masuo with a long range shot strips out the Old Glory ranks. Arubaru is still up and fighting, but now it's gonna be a much tougher spot. Lime takes themselves out with a grenade. That's gonna be a heartbreaker. Now it is only 3v3. Poon, the last top player standing. Masuo has done fantastically so far to get those kills through, as there we go, Old Glory take the round back. Yataze thrived when forced through the crucible of the most incredibly difficult circumstances, falter when they have their full team lineup. As Lime is taken out, there's the wild card of Yataze down and out for this round. Yataze thrive, as I said, once again under pressure. Can they do it here once more? Or will Old Glory just play things out a little bit more cautiously, expect Yataze to go for that kamikaze attack, and end the dream of the Yataze side? We shall see. Of course, Arubaru, the player to watch. You can see them set up with the ramparts here made of boxes. They give themselves a little bit of space. This time round, Old Glory haven't moved in and taken the relay, haven't forced the hand of Yataze, looking to mix things up a little bit. Hmm. 1 minute left to play. What are Yataze going to do? They are down in numbers. They are missing Lime. They still has MIT and Poon and Maseo, who has surprised, not with the best record in this, but managed to get the crucial 2 kills when it counted. Can Maseo step up again? 30 seconds left. We expected to see Rousset go in and go for the capture, but I'm surprised Old Glory aren't going for that this time round. There's always the possibility that Old Glory could mass rush the relay point and go for the quick capture. But I think giving the respect across to Yataze, as there we go, first attempt at the capture from Arubaru. It's going to get taken out by MIT though, and that means it could fall into the hands of Yataze, looking to try and go for the capture with the head down, ducking around. Unti gets 1 more kill, and that's a wipe in favor. Sorry, no. That must have been a capture. I do apologize. Yataze now up 2 points to 1. Old Glory have to win this round. And for Arubaru to be taken out of the equation for Old Glory was a massive disaster. I don't think they can afford to put Arubaru on capture duty again. It's such a risky place to be in because you can't see what's going on around you. If you're taking cover from the outside world, Yataze can just rush up and roll right over you. You guys have been real weird in the YouTube channel. Please cut it out. I'm going to start throwing out timeouts. Because, yeah. No, that's you're weirding me out. Giving me the creeps. But anyway, back to the game itself. Arubaru, set and poised, is thinking about going for the capture one more no, sorry, I mistake when I was looking at the YouTube chat. Old Glory were able to secure it for themselves. Waiting off to the side though is Poon. Gonna get a high ground, looking down on Creation. Is waiting for the moment to strike, looking for Old Glory to poke out. Doesn't quite have the line of sight. 30 seconds left for Yataze to make the move. Poon takes out Vargas, is looking for the double kill. Gets stripped down to 25% health, but is still standing for the time being. He's going to get naded, but not in any too serious fashion. Rousset just off to the side, looking to try and get a flank if they can. Barely any time left in, and Yataze again are going to have to make the big move in. Poon gets 1 kill through. Lime's going to still try and sell their life for a capture. Unti taken out. Poon, that's it. Yataze have done it. Just like that, the last exchange of gunfire means Yataze are our champions. The comeback special has been ordered and arrived. Oh my god, wow. Well, let it be said that it's always worth fighting right till the end. Poon stepping up in this game, 5-1. Incredibly impressive from Yataze to go from 0-2 down in a best of 3 to a clean 3-game sweep to bring it back for them. Very, very impressive stuff. Okay, well, let's do our Mob Crush winner. So our Mob Crush winner is Gruff Lunatic. Gruff Lunatic, please post your dog tag and platform. And over on the YouTube page, Magical Flaming Banana will be our winner over there. So if you guys respond, then that will be the end of our stream this evening. So Magical Flaming Banana and Gruff Lunatic. Congratulations on becoming our winners. Hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. We'll be back in 13 hours for our next iOS tournaments. German Gaming, you're being weird again. You're being weird. So, Gruffly will take Magical Flaming Banana. Once we've got your details, that will be it for us. But yes, hope you guys have enjoyed everything today. German Gaming knowing how to quit the stream in style by taunting the Nightbot, who I think, there we go, is more than happy to oblige. Thanks, Nightbot. You are reliable at the best of times. Gruffly and Tick, thank you for your deets over on Mob Crush. We got them all sorted out. So just waiting on the magical flaming banana to arrive. Oh boy! Well, what did you guys make of that grand final? I was honestly super impressed by what Yataze were doing, especially against Old Glory, who have been on a pretty good rise as of recently. What do you guys think was the crucial factor in that match? I don't know, guys. Still waiting on the old Banana-chan to get those last details in. It looks like our Facebook winner didn't ever reply, so that's a shame. Alright, so Banana, you've had a few minutes to respond, and we do need to get the giveaway done, so we're going to have to redraw. It's going to be Hero Gaming Simon. Ugh, not that guy. Hero Gaming Simon, a long-time veteran of the stream, will be rewarded for being around. Alright, Hero Gaming Simon, if I could take your details, then we'll get done. Yes, so German Gaming, thank you for dropping by the stream. Hope you have a lovely night. It's nearly 3 in the morning here. I think this has actually been, yes, actually been a less than 3 hour stream. Gosh. Thank you, Hero Gaming Simon, for your details. So, with that, we shall say good night to you all, and we'll see you in 11 hours time from right now. Catch you guys soon.